Hi, welcome to this tutorial. Kindly subscribe to my channel, like the video and share it with your friends. Today we are going to solve Cambridge IGCSE Mathematics Paper 4 Extended, Variant 4.1, June 2017. Question number 1. An energy company charged these prices in 2013. This is the electricity price and this is the gas price. A1. In 90 days, the Siddiq family used 1885 units of electricity. Calculate the total cost in dollars of the electricity they used. 23.15 cents per day, so there were 90 days. Therefore, 23.15 multiplied by 90. Plus, they use 1885 units of electricity, so we have to multiply that by 13.5. And that will give us 27,531 cents. But we have to change it to dollars, so we will divide by 100. Therefore, the total cost is $275.31. In 90 days, the gas used by the Khan family cost 198.16. Calculate the number of units of gas used. We have to first change this into cents because all our units and everything are priced by cents. So we multiply by 100, 19816. 24.5 cents per day, therefore 90 days will be 24.5 multiplied by 90 plus 5.5 cents for each unit used. We don't know the number of units used, so we can say it is X. Therefore 5.5 multiplied by X is equal to 19,816. When you multiply this, you will get 2,205 plus 5.5x is equal to 19,816. Bring this to the other side, it will become negative. And then divide the answer you get by 5.5. And that will give us 32,002 units. So this is the units that were used by the family. B. In 2013, the price of each unit of electricity was 13.5 cents. Over the next years, the price increased exponentially at a rate of 8% per year. Calculate the price of each unit of electricity after 3 years. The price increased exponentially and the rate of percentage has been given to you. So whenever it increases exponentially, there's a formula we can use. P 1 plus R over 100 N. P is your initial amount, N is your number in years. If you have decreasing, then we'll just put a negative year. So just remember that. So our starting price was 13.5 cents. That's our P. Bracket 1 plus rate. R is the rate, which is 8%, so 8 over 100. And N is the number of years, which is 3 years. Put it in the calculator and you will get 17. So that is the answer, 17 cents. Over these 3 years, the price for each unit of gas increased from 5.5 cents to 7.7 cents. Calculate the percentage increase from 5.5 to 7.7. There's another formula that we can use here. Whenever there is percentage increase or decrease, we write the difference of the two values in the numerator and the starting or the original value in the denominator multiplied by 100. The same formula works for increase or decrease. In the numerator, we subtract from the big one the small value. So we have 7.7 minus 5.5 and the original value was 5.5 times 100. And the answer is 40. Therefore, it increased 40%. C2. Over the 3 years, the 5.5 cents increased exponentially by the same percentage each year to 7.7 cents. Calculate the percentage increase each year. This is the same formula we are going to use, but we have to find the R now. So we can write 5.7 was just starting. 1 plus r over 100 to the power of 3. N is 3. The new price is 7.7. Therefore, 1 plus r over 100 to the power of 3 is equal to 7.7 divided by 5.5. This answer, whatever you get, we will cube root it. And I'm still not putting it in the calculator. We can put the whole thing together. This plus 1 which is here, when I bring to the other side, it will be -1. The only thing that we have extra now is 100 because you have to make r the subject. Therefore, r is equal to 7.7 over 5.5, whole thing cube root -1, close the bracket, multiply by 100. And we will get r is equal to 11.86, rounded to one decimal place, 11.9%. In D, in 2015, the energy company divided its profits in the ratio shareholders, bonuses, and development. The profit was 390 million in 2015. Calculate the amount the company gave the shareholders. So this is the shareholders 5. Over the total, 5 plus 2 plus 6 is 13 times 390 million. This will give us 150 million. In part E, the share price of the company in June 2015 was 258.25. This was an increase of 3.3% on the share price in May 2015. Calculate the share price in May 2015. So you have to find the original price. The original share price, this is what we need to find. The new share price is 258.25. Whenever you have a percentage increase and you want to find the original price, you add it to 100. You will get 103.3 and then you divide it by 100. So 1.033. This is what you will use to multiply your original share price. And now when you bring the number to the other side, it will be divided. So 258.25 divided by 1.033 will give you your answer. That is $250. If there was a decrease, then we will subtract from 100. So 100 minus whatever the value is, and then divide by 100. Just a bit extra information. Question number 2. So we have been given a table and the time is given to us and the frequency is given to us. Part A, write down the modal time interval. Modal means the most repeated. So which is the highest frequency? 24. Therefore, the answer is 71 to 72. Part B, calculate an estimate of the mean time. To find the estimate of the mean time, you have to first, because this is group data, you have to first find the midpoint and then multiply the midpoint by the frequency. So the midpoint will be found by add these two numbers 70 plus 71 and divide by 2. So we will get 70.5, 71.5, 72.5, 73.5 and 74.5. Now multiply 70.5 by 17 and 71 by 24. So these are the numbers you will get when you multiply the midpoint by the frequency. To calculate the mean, this is the formula we use. Mean is equal to the sum of frequency multiplied by the midpoint. So we have to add 1198.5 plus 1716. All the numbers that we got, we'll add them up. And then we have to divide by n. N is the total frequency. Total frequency is 90. So this whole thing divided by 90 will give us our mean. So this will give us 72.26 rounded to one decimal place, 72.3. That is our mean. C1, complete the cumulative frequency table. To complete the cumulative frequency table, we have to see the table which was given to us. To find the next value, we will add these two numbers together, 17 plus 24, and that will give us 41. That's what we write here. Then 41 plus 21, that will be 62. 62 plus 18 is going to give us 80, and 80 plus 10, 90. So this is our cumulative frequency table. C2, on the grid draw a cumulative frequency diagram to show this information. So these are the points we have to plot. Time, t seconds, is your x-axis, and the cumulative frequency is your y-axis. When t is 71, cumulative frequency is 17. So you can see that each y-axis line is 2 units. Therefore, 17 will be somewhere here, and 72 is 41. That's how we'll plot all the points. So this is how your curve will look like after you plot the points and join the dots. C3, find the median time. To find the median time, we divide frequency by 2. So our frequency is 90. 90 divided by 2 will give us 45. 45 is on the y-axis, and we have to find the corresponding time in seconds. So 45 is your cumulative frequency, that is here, and the corresponding y value is 72.1. So 72.1 is your median. Next question, find the interquartile range. To find the interquartile range, we need to find the upper quartile and from that subtract the lower quartile. For the upper quartile, we have to multiply the frequency by 3/4. And you will get 67.5. Again, this is on the y-axis. This is the cumulative frequency that you get. And you have to find the corresponding time in seconds. So 67.5, 62, 60. And the corresponding y value is, x value is 73.2. So the upper quartile is 73.2. Now for the lower quartile, we multiply the frequency by 1/4. That will give us 22.5. Again, this is the cumulative frequency on the y-axis. We have to find the corresponding x value. This is 22.5, and we will get somewhere here 71.2. You can write it as 71.2. Therefore, the interquartile range is the upper quartile minus the lower quartile. So 73.2 minus 71.2 will give us 2. Any answer between 1.9 to 2.2 will be marked right. D. One lap on the racetrack measures 3,720 meters, correct to the nearest 10 meters. A car completed the lap in 75 seconds, correct to the nearest second. Calculate the upper bound for the average speed of the car. Give your answer in kilometers per hour. So we have to find the upper bound of the speed. Speed is equal to distance over time taken. Distance is 3,720 meters and time is 75 seconds. And we have to change it to kilometers per hour. Before we begin, you should know the rule for upper bound when you are dividing. You have to find the upper bound of the number in the numerator and divide it by the lower bound of the number in the denominator. So distance, which is going to be in the numerator, is 3,720 to the nearest 10 seconds. So divided by 2, you get 5. So you have to add 5 for the upper bound is going to be 3,725. And for the denominator, you have 75 seconds and you need to find the lower bound to the nearest second. Therefore, 1 divided by 2 is 0.5. So subtract from 75 0.5, you will get 74.5. Now we will divide 3,725 by 74.5. Here we have meters. To change meters into kilometers, you have to divide by 1000. And to change seconds into hour, you need to divide by 3600. So this is what you will put in the calculator like this. You know that 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters and 1 hour is equal to 60 times 60 seconds, which is 3600 seconds. And we will get 180. So that is 180 kilometer per hour. Question number 3. We can see this is a transformation question. Let's read the question. E1, draw the image of triangle A after reflection in the line x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4 is this line here. So when we reflect the triangle, we'll have this shape here. So that is your A1. Next question. Draw the image of triangle A after rotation of 90 degrees anti-clockwise about 0, 0. When you are performing a transformation concerning rotation, you should use a tracing paper. It becomes very easy to solve. So this image here is your triangle A after rotation 90 degrees anti-clockwise from center 0, 0. Next, A3. Draw the image of triangle A after translation by the vector 1, negative 5. The top number represents the x coordinate, the down y. If it's positive, it will move to the right, the x coordinate, and if it is positive, the y will move up. If you have a negative x coordinate, it moves to the left, and a negative y coordinate, it moves down. So let's plot the triangle A after translation 1, negative 5. This moved 1, let's take this point, it moved 1 to the right and 5 down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is your new point, and then we just draw the triangle. So you just need to find one point and translate it, and then look at the triangle and plot it. So this is your A, 3. Next, B. Describe fully the single transformation that maps triangle A onto triangle B. A onto B. You can see that the size is different. So it is a case of enlargement. If it is enlargement, you need to find three things. You have to first state it is enlargement. The second, you have to find the scale factor. And the third, the center. To find the scale factor, we will just measure the side. This is 1 and this is 2. So the scale factor is half. But because it is the opposite side, it's going to be negative half. Now we need to find the center. To find the center, we are going to join 2 points together, 2 vertices of this triangle with this triangle. So this will be joined with the corresponding vertex on triangle B, and this vertex will be joined with this vertex. So you can see that this is your center, 5 and 5. The triangle B is on the other side of the lines that you have joined. Therefore, it's going to be negative. You can understand it that way also. Next, find the matrix that represents the transformation in part A2. So the rotation you need to find, and it is anti-clockwise. When you represent a matrix, the transformation is rotation. You will have a 0, 0 here. And if it's 90 degrees, you will have 1 and negative 1 here. Because it's anti-clockwise, this is going to be negative 1. But matrix representation is not a part of your syllabus from this year onwards. So it's fine if you don't know that. D, point P has coordinates 4 and 1, and matrix F and G has been given to us. Find G of P. So we multiply G matrix by P. Again, matrix is not a part of your syllabus this year. Now to find the first coordinate, we multiply the row with the column. 1 multiplied by 4 is 4 and 0 multiplied by 1 is 0. So the answer is going to be 4. And then we multiply this row with this column. 0 multiplied by 4 is 0 and 2 multiplied by 1 is 2. So 2 will come here. This is in column vector. We want to write it as a point. So the top number represents your x coordinate and the down your y. D2, find GF of P. So we are going to multiply G with F. And when we multiply the column, the row with the column. So A multiplied by E plus B multiplied by D. When we are doing that, negative 1 multiplied by 1 is negative 1 and 0 multiplied by 0 is 0. So we'll have negative 1 here. And then again the column with the row with the column, negative 1 multiplied by 0 is 0. 0 multiplied by 2 is also 0. So we write a 0 here. Then 0 multiplied by 1, 0. 1 multiplied by 0, 0. This is going to give us 0. And then we are going to multiply this row with this column. 0 multiplied by 0, 0. 1 multiplied by 2, 2. Now that we have got G multiplied by F, now we have to multiply P. P is 4, 1. We are going to multiply it the same way we did before. Negative 1 multiplied by 4 is negative 4 and 0 multiplied by 1 is 0. So negative 4 and down you will have 0 multiplied by 4 is 0. 2 multiplied by 1, 2. So your coordinates are negative 4 and 2. D3, find the matrix Q such that G multiplied by Q multiplied by P is equal to P. If you multiply by any matrices and you get the answer itself, then that must be the inverse matrix. To find the inverse, this is we find the inverse, we do 1 over the determinant. Determinant is A multiplied by D minus B multiplied by C. And for the inverse, we just shift the A with the D and change the signs of B and C. So we are talking here about G. G is 1002. So what is the determinant going to do? 1 multiplied by 2 minus 0, and we'll change the places of 2 and 1, and 0 will remain the same. So this will give us half 2001. Question number 4. You can see that this is a graph question. So we have to find f of 1. F of 1 means that when x is 1, what is the y value? We will look at the graph. X is 1 is here, and this is the corresponding y value. And each line in the y-axis is 0.2. So this will give us negative 1.4. Next question, solve f of x is equal to 3. When the number is after the equal, it means this is your y value and you have to find the x value. So f of x is equal to 3 is this line here, and the corresponding y value is negative 0.5. C, the equation f of x is equal to k has only one solution for negative 2.5 till 2, the x value from negative 2.5 till 2. Write down the range of values of k for which this is possible. Again, we are going to look at the y values. X is negative, y is negative 4 is here. If you have more than negative 4, when k is more than negative 4, you have only one solution. There's only one place where the graph can be cut like that. But if it is equal to negative 4, you can cut the graph at 2 places. Less than negative 4, you can cut the graph at 2 places. Therefore, the answer is k is less than negative 4. Part D. By drawing a suitable straight line, solve the equation f of x is equal to x minus 5. We have to draw the line y is equal to x minus 5. In place of x, put 0. So when x is 0, y is negative 5. We got 1 point here. We can try another one. When x is 1, y is negative 4. So when x is 1, y is negative 4. And when x is 2, y is negative 3. That is here. And the same we will try with a few more points. Let's take when x is negative 2. We'll have y is negative 7. So we have drawn a couple of points. Now we have to join them together and form a straight line. This here is y is equal to x minus 5. We have to find the values of x where the line intersects the curve. It intersects the curve at 3 points, 1, 2, and 3. So it intersects the curve when x is equal to negative 2.2, when x is equal to negative 1.1, and when x is equal to 1.3. If you have a little change in your decimals, the answer will be accepted. Part E. Draw a tangent to the graph of y is equal to f of x at the point where x is equal to 1. Use your tangent to estimate the gradient of y is equal to f of x when x is equal to 1. We are going to draw a tangent when x is equal to 1 and then find the gradient. So this is how your tangent will look. Now to find the gradient, we use this rule, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. You need 2 points. We'll take one here, 0 and 3, and 1, we'll take 1 and negative 1.4. So these are my two y's, 3 minus 1.4 divided by 0 minus 1, and we will get negative 4.4. If your answer is between negative 6 to negative 4, it will be marked as right. Number 5. We have been given a cylindrical container and the radius has been given and the height has been given. A1, calculate the volume of the cylinder and show that it rounds to 50,900 cubic centimeter. Correct to 3 significant figures. To begin with, you must know the formula to find the volume of a cylinder, which is pi r square h. R is your radius, which is 18, and height is 50. This will give us 50,893.8. We have to round it to 3 significant figures. So 1, 2, 3. Because the number after 8 is 9. If it is more than 5, you add 1 to the previous number, 900 cubic centimeter. So we got what they want us to show. In part 2, 30 liters of coffee are poured into the container. Work out the height h of the empty space in the container. I hope you know that 1 liter is equal to 1000 cubic centimeter. Therefore, 30 liters equals 30,000 cubic centimeter. This is the volume. Now, what else do we know? The previous volume of the empty container was 50,900. This subtracts 30,000 will give us 20,900 cubic centimeter. This is your volume for the empty space. To find the volume of a cylinder, we are still going to use the same formula, pi r square h. You have your r, that is not going to change. It is still 18 and the volume is 20,900 is equal to pi into 18 square times h. As you want to find h, we are going to make h the subject. This is a multiply. When I bring here, it will become a divide. That is equal to h. So 20.53 is h, rounding it to one decimal place. 20.5 centimeter is our height. Part 3. Cups in the shape of a hemisphere are filled with coffee. The radius of a cup is 3.5 centimeters. So this is the hemisphere. Work out the maximum number of cups that can be completely filled with the 30 liters of coffee in the container. The volume V of a sphere with radius r is V is equal to 4 over 3 pi r cube. This is the volume of a sphere. To find the volume of a hemisphere, we divide by 2. You can either solve the whole equation and then divide by 2, or you can divide 4 over 3 by 2 and you will get 2 over 3 pi r cube. Now replace the r with 3.5 and we will get 89.8 cubic centimeter, rounded to one decimal place. To find the number of cups, we are going to divide 30 liters by this volume. But first we'll have to change the 30 liters to cubic centimeter, which we already did in the previous question. It is 30,000 cubic centimeter. Divided by 89.8, we'll get 334.07. So cups are going to be full numbers, right? So the answer is 334 cups can be filled. B. The hotel also uses glasses in the shape of a cone. The height has been given to us. The capacity has been given to us. Whenever cubic is there, it means the volume has been given to us. We have to calculate the radius and show that it rounds to 3.3 centimeter, correct to one decimal place. The volume of a cone is 1/3 pi r square h. As we want to find r, we will make r the subject. So this 3, when I move to the other side, it will become multiply. So 3v, the pi and the r h will go down, is equal to r square. You want to find r and it has a square in it. You can square root 3v and pi r h. Replace whatever you have got here. This is an easier way to do. Before replacing the numbers, make whatever variable you want to find as the subject. Volume is 95 pi times height, which is 8.4. Put the whole thing in the calculator and you will get your radius as 3.28. If you round it to one decimal place, it will be 3.3 centimeter. So we got the answer that we have to show. Part 2, calculate the curved surface area of the cone, and the formula is A is equal to pi r L. L is the slant height. Slant height means this height, but we don't have this. We only have the vertical height here. Let's just draw it outside the triangle. So this is your radius, which is 3.3, which we just found, and you have your height, which is 8.4. To find the slant height here, you will have to use the Pythagoras theorem. This is the hypotenuse. Opposite the right angle, which side is there? The hypotenuse. To find the hypotenuse, we use the rule a square plus b square is equal to c square. C is the hypotenuse. We don't want c square, we want c. So we can square root a square plus b square to get the hypotenuse. And that will be 8.4 square plus 3.3 square. 9.02. We'll round it to one decimal, it will be 9. So now that we have got our slant height, we are going to use the formula A is equal to pi RL. So pi into 3.3 multiplied by 9, and the answer is 93.3. Your answer can be anything between 93.1 to 93.6 to get the complete marks. So we are finished with this question. This brings us to the end of this tutorial. For question number 6 onwards, kindly watch part 2.